Why, hello there. It's your boy, Variant Jell0. Man, I really need to shave. Okay, so you might be asking me, damn, Jell0, you look fancy. Is there a special occasion going on today? And I might be, telling you the answer. Yes, there is. So today, no, what am I saying? This month pretty much marks my 3rd year in the Smash community. Yeah, it's been that long. I'm getting old. You can see all the gray hairs. Gray hat, gray hair, doesn't matter. Anyways, the point is, I've been here for a while, actually, longer than most people I know. I'm not saying that to, be on a higher level than anyone. I'm just saying I've been to a lot of tournaments, is basically what I'm trying to say. And, so that brings me to the topic of this video. My top 5 Smash moments. My top 5 moments in Smash, whatever. For each moment, I'm going to have just a little picture or something. Well, I'll play around with it, but for the ones that have footage, I'll be showing that. So yes, number 5 happened, I want to say November of 2016. No, sorry. It was at least a year and a half ago. That's how far back. I'll probably have a date somewhere. It was at a tournament called Well Played. It was monthly, and it was myself versus David Giff. We were the 2nd and 3rd seed of our round robin pool. He's a Game & Watch main, and obviously I am a Villager main. And that was my first big comeback. It wasn't a huge comeback. It wasn't the most hyped comeback, but it was my first big one, and I felt really proud. Yeah, I know. A lot of this video is just gonna be cringe like that. Oh man, I feel so proud. Oh, I did this, I did that. Yeah. Basically, it was game 3. He popped my balloons early. I'll just let the footage roll for itself. Just whatever.
We got parachutes and balloons. Why not?
Oh! Some really weird Magna hands.
That being said,
Okay, good down throw to double fair.
Jell0 at the 115%.
And his name and Villager starts with a V. What the heck?
Oh my gosh. Oh, never mind. He gets hit out of it.
V125.
Now,
Okay.
David Gibb needs to stock now, because the thing about Villager is that if you let him get
Oh my god! The most clutch spike Jell0 has ever thrown out in his career to this date. That was insane.
that RNG though, man.
So yeah, that was my number 5 moment. Obviously, my first big comeback. I definitely did pop off, but the stream didn't catch it. Kind of glad that the stream didn't catch it, because it was... my pop-offs are never the best. I've had some good ones, I've had some really bad ones. That was definitely not my best. Going into number 4. Okay, that was awkward. Ugh. Going into number 4, my top 5 moment in Smash. Wow, this is going great. But yeah, number 4 is... See, I want to start it off with a statement. Going into the scene, I respected the PR. I thought it was like a gym trainer challenge. Like in Pokemon, you go to all the gyms and then Elite Four. That's what the PR was to me. They were like a challenge. But I also viewed them as like gods of the game. Like how did they do that? Especially like a player like Poke. But Poke was my first PR win here in Ontario, and like my first PR win in general as a Smash 4 player. I used to be a Melee player for a year, but that didn't really work out for me because I feel like the skill ceiling is way too high, and I'll cover that in a later video. So yes, Poke was my first PR win, and the set was actually kind of bullshit. Like game 3, there's no footage of this, so I'm just gonna say it. Game 3, his jab, he put out a jab and he extended his hurt box apparently, as the same moment I put out a bowling ball, and he died. So it was kind of horse in that sense, but I was really happy. So yeah, that marks my number 4 moment. I was just really happy because that moment, you know, I just felt like I'm not. Oof. They're mortals, you know. They bleed too, and it like led my confidence to become a better player. I still suck, but you know, it shows that I have my moments. Moment number 3 was a little tournament here in Ontario called Get on My Level 2016. This is what you got if you registered, and it was probably one of, if not the best tournament of my life. But there is a reason why it's number 3 on this list, and something else is number 2 and 1 maybe. But yes, so Get on My Level, it was the first super major that I've been to. It was held here in Ontario, obviously, and all these top players traveling out was probably like my favorite part, because as our scene doesn't get like top players constantly flying in, you know, we're not SoCal, we're not Midwest, we're just Canada, you know, we're not that great. We have a really wide variety of great players, but our top doesn't travel much. We're kind of lazy in that aspect. I mean, it's not always laziness, you know, funds and everything, and the exposure, and that's one of my goals actually. I'll cover that in a later video. But anyways, yeah, so just playing top players like MKLeo, I studying, Nairo, Musicking, or just to name a few that I played there, and it was a great experience. Another reason why it's number 3 is because it was the tournament where I made friends with a lot of people. Like, I got closer with a lot of people that I already knew, and it was just, you know, you made a lot of homies. I remember the post-tournament McDonald's that I had. It was obviously unhealthy, but like my voice was hoarse from cheering due to Nun's upsets, you know, beating Muti King, almost beating Lucky. My voice was done, but I was still like laughing and just like screaming in McDonald's because it was just the post-tournament high. I do not condone the use of drugs, but yeah, it was a rush. It's how I would describe it. And yeah, that's why Get on My Level 2016 is my 3rd best moment in Smash. Okay, so moment number 2 is another tournament and another major. This time it's only specifically Smash 4. It's called Frostbite 2017. It was my first time traveling to the US. I got a couple souvenirs from there. Nice Panda Global lanyard. Took me a while. A villager thingy. Not many words are coming to my head right now. I'm tired. Okay. And this cool lanyard thing, and a Panda Global bag, which I'm too lazy to get right now, but it's like a drawstring bag. I'm sure you've seen it before. And the reason why it's so special to me, it wasn't my best tournament in terms of performance, obviously. My pool was insanely stacked because they underseeded Death Horse, who ended up getting 13th, and I had to play Ken round 2. But that's okay because nobody knew who I was, and it was my chance. It was my chance to get myself out there, if you know what I mean. I didn't really like accomplish that 100%, but I tried my best. You know, doubles we didn't do too bad. Mistake and myself. We barely lost a close set to Nam and Maloney, netting us at 25th. But that's not the point. The point is myself traveling out of my region was like, thank you. You know, I really have to thank my parents because ever since I got into the scene, I was 14 years old, and I'd always be like, Mom, Dad. Okay, my voice wasn't that high. I know I have a high voice, but it would be like, Mom, Dad. I'm getting sidetracked. Mom, Dad, you know, can I go travel to Apex? I really wanted to go to Apex 2015. That was like the first one where I really wanted to go. Or was it Big House? Either one. And I remember going on Smashboard being like, oh, I'm practicing for Big House, you know? And I just never go because my parents were obviously like, how do I want to word this? They supported me in Smash, sort of, but they were obviously scared for me to go to America and just travel. But when I reached the age of
17,
that changed, and I finally was able to travel to Michigan. It was a 7-hour bus ride and I roomed with Mikkel, Sir BB, and Person. It was a great trip. Like, I couldn't complain. Yeah, so that is why Frostbite, like, just grand finals and like ordering pizza on the last night, just to our room, and then we were playing friendlies. Like, that's, you don't and the fact that Ontario like traveled to Frostbite. It wasn't just myself, Mikkel, Sir BB, Person. It was like Black Twins, Amir, Chris, Ice Ninja, Burst. So many people traveled to Frostbite from Ontario. It was amazing. And to share the experience, like, I watched Top 8 with Krimfoish, Sean, who was our TO head of EGE, and Mikkel, and like it was like the four of us in like front row seats. And we were watching Top 8, and it was like the best thing ever, because you just share a moment with your boys, you know.
Crack open a cold one with the boys. I'm funny.
But yeah, that's why Frostbite's number 2. And finally, number 1. I have this to symbolize it because I got it there. It is, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying out a new hairstyle. Huh. Anyways, it was my first tournament win, and it was, I remember this clearly, October 28th. Maybe not the date, like, exactly, but October 18th, 2015 it would be. And I remember it clearly only because, oh wow, this just broke on me. Okay, that's great. Thanks convention. That was really high quality. I'm kidding. It was a month, a bit over a month after my first girlfriend broke up with me, and like, you know, all that high school drama. But yeah, I really needed a pick-me-up. The week after, I got top 5 for the first time at a tournament, and that really helped. And this kept me going in Smash pretty much. It was the feeling you get after you win a tournament is one of the best feelings you can get, hands down. Oh my gosh, it keeps. It's one of the best feelings you can get, only due to the fact because you work so hard. I'm making this sound way too dramatic. Like, you win a tournament, that's pretty cool. But you work really hard, and you spend hours practicing. You spend hours watching VODs, hours studying mindset, you know, studying the rules, everything. Studying the rules. What am I, some kind of nerd? But yeah, my first tournament win was October 18th. There's no one notable there, so it's like, eh. It was at a, like, it's called the GTA Collectibles Expo, and I'm pretty sure they run it every year, but I didn't go this year, or I guess in 2016, because it's like around October and September. Yeah, but I won the tournament without, like, I dropped one game and that's it, and won it from winner's side. And the feeling you get after you win a tournament is, you can't really describe it. But all I could say is it's a rush, it's adrenaline, and it's just like, it's a great feeling. That's a simple way to put it. You look back, you know, after you win the game winning the game for a tournament, and you just see everyone clapping, and it just warms my heart up, you know. It's such a wholesome feeling, because like, you're being congratulated. I've won a handful of tournaments, like 6 or 7 or something, and like all those moments were pretty much the same. But this one, being my first one, was just the best one. You know, the first one is always the best. That doesn't apply to everything, but the first one is always the best one in this case for tournament wins. Maybe not for other people, but for me it was. My prize was a $125 gift card to some okay shop. It was like a card shop or something, and yeah, that was my prize. And yeah, that is why my first tournament win is my best moment in Smash so far. You know, I might do an updated list in the next few years, who knows. If you made it this far, I want to, you know, give you props. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like down below. If you want to give me some tips, maybe tell me to stop saying or like, that'd be great. You know, just leave a comment down below saying what you liked, what you didn't like. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.